Hello everyone, welcome back. Winter time has arrived western North Carolina, and I'm here at this field, one of our fields, and I just saw a mink go right in there. You don't see them around much anymore, but I've seen them in here a couple of times, and there's probably going to be some wind in this video. But what we got here is something I've not done correctly. Okay, a lot of videos I try to show you what I'm doing right. This is something I've done wrong. But this is where we had the cabbage and broccoli last year. There's about 2.5 acres in this field, and we got everything harvested, came in, mowed it off with a bush hog, but we have yet to get the plastic up. Now it's toward the end of January, and ground got wet. We wasn't able to get in here, so this is one of our priorities. We gotta get this plastic up and get this ground plowed, so we can this will be one of the first patches of corn we put in this year. And like I said, it's about 2.5 acres here. And like I said, I know there's probably some wind in this video, and we'll try to correct that. It's a very cold wind. But yeah, so you know, this was the last planting, second planting, and the first planting, and that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Something I'm going to do a little different this year. I'll go over here and get in the truck and get out of the wind, and we'll talk about it. But what we'll do with this plastic before I get in the truck is we got a plow that'll come through and lift it up, and then we'll pick it up by hand. It'll actually be not too bad to get up, as long as we can get it before vegetation starts growing back up through it. And if we run into that, then it's a mess. This section will be pretty difficult, but that's been down nearly a year and should have been up, but it's not, so we'll have to address that. And sometimes you run into that. You know, it got wet on us, but there was probably a couple of days last fall. We were doing something else that if we'd took time, we could have got this plastic up. We didn't, so now we got to deal with it. But, you know, in all honesty, I say that, you know, it got wet on us, we couldn't get it up. We probably could have, but we just didn't. So now we have to deal with it. But the way I farm small spots of ground like this. I've got 7 or 8 of them, ranging in size from 1 acre up to, you know, 6 or 7 acres, as far as the vegetables are concerned. And what I've done in the past is just like this. I've planted parts of these little fields. Now, what we run into when I do that is here, we'll get back in the truck, and yes, this is where I stuck it yesterday, against the advice of the wife, but we did. So get in here where it's a little warmer, and I'll put you guys right here where I can talk to you. Okay, so in the past, just like with this field, I come in and plant part of it, come back and plant part of it, and come back and plant part of it. And the reason I done that is a lot of times, you know, the work's in the harvest in a lot of these crops, and I didn't want to be overloaded all at once. You know, if I had all this to harvest, you know, I've got a short window to get it out and get it sold. Well, what I've kind of learned through the years is, you know, if I've got same crop in here at 4 different stages, then I'm going to have to, like spraying and stuff like that, I've got to come to it. Now, all these fields that I'm farming is probably in a 10-mile radius. And if you sit down and look at it, all the time that I spend hauling equipment back and forth, it's actually better for me to just plant it all and put the time in that short period and get it out. it works out better for me. I think as a overall, it will save me time and work by doing that. Now, like I said, this is going in corn this year, and it'll either all be putting corn at one planting or two. That way, I can plant this corn. When it gets to the silk stage, I'll spray it for the earworms for about 3 to 4 weeks. Come in, pick it, be done with it. And I'm going to do that on all my fields. So basically what I'm looking at is having about double the amount ready to harvest at any time. Now, one thing I had to consider when I done that is, will I be able to market that? And I think I will be able to do that this year. So you know, like if I'm doing 15 acres of sweet corn, I'm looking at 7 harvests versus in the years past, I've, you know, tried to set it up to where about an acre to acre and a half at a time. This year we're looking 2 to 2.5 acres at a time. So that's something a little different than we're doing in the past. And you know, as the farm, every year you got to learn something and take a hard look at what you're doing and try to find the areas where you can improve. I hope that makes sense. You know, like I said, we're in a 10-mile radius basically, and I spend a lot of time hauling equipment. So if I'm, for instance, if I put this in 3 plantings of corn, I'd have to come in, prep a third of it, get it ready, come back and plant it. Then come back later, prep another third, plant it, and then come back later and do the other third. Same with the spraying and the harvest. Whereas if I can come through 1 prep, 1 plant, 1 spray period, 1 harvest period, and be done with it, I think by streamlining that operation, that'll allow me to expand the operation. So that's what we're doing this year. I hope it works. But one thing about farming that I've learned is you've constantly got to be tweaking and adjusting your operation to get it perfected. I mean, we're all striving for perfection, but you know, you don't want to get stagnated. If I keep doing it the way I'm doing it, pretty much what I'm growing is all I can grow. So I'm looking for ways to expand. Why do I want to expand? Try to produce more crops, get more revenue is the end goal. But hopefully it'll work out. You know, hopefully that's what we'll do. But we will be farming, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 farms again this year. And total ground under tillage will be around 25 acres. So that's what we're looking at. Last year it was around 20. So it's an increase of about 5 acres. Now something like the pumpkins, I'm actually doing the opposite on here. I always before went in and planted all the pumpkins at one time. Which we're going to plant the same amount at one time this year. But another thing I'm going to do is wait about 2 weeks and then plant one more little patch of a pumpkin that's been real popular for us to extend our product availability for a little while longer, because last year we ran out of pumpkins about the 2nd week in October. Well, actually the 1st week in October we were out of pumpkins, which was a good thing. It's hopefully we can sell that amount, be out by that same time this year, but we'll have a few later pumpkins come in specifically for the Halloween market. So that's what I'm looking at there. So if you like what we're doing, and I'll try to get a video of us trying to get this plastic up. When we do, we got to wait for the ground to get dry enough for us to work it. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you see a video you like, hit that thumbs up button. If you have a comment or question, please put it on there. And until next time, everybody take care of yourself. Talk to you later. Bye.